standing and riding is so uncomfortable on this bike ना, because of the way the handlebar is done. चुपचाप बैठ जाओ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करो कि सब चीज़ें ठीक रहे तुम्हारी बॉडी में, स्पेशली वो तुम्हारी जो वेजिटेबल्स हैं वो.
Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm riding this. This is the Suzuki V-Storm SX, a motorcycle which you probably shouldn't be buying. I'll tell you why. This is actually the Suzuki Gixxer 250 with a lot of cosmetic add-ons, but it is mechanically the same as before. Here you can see the light is LED, which is a good thing, but why is this halogen? Now again, the lights are very similar, maybe identical to the Gixxer 250. It says V-Storm SX, which is basically the V-Storm 250, but it has no essence of the V-Storm brand here. Now you get a windscreen here for better wind protection, but this is obviously not adjustable. The wheels have changed. The tire size is 10 mm smaller when compared to the Gixxer 250. However, this is a 19-inch wheel. So the tire size happens to be 190/19. Now because this is a 19-incher, they had to actually move this ahead of the axle. So usually the fork and the axle are in the same line. However, this is offset right now so that this 19-inch wheel can be fit. And because of this, the wheelbase has obviously increased. Again, the swing arm is longer, which again results in the wheelbase increasing. The wheelbase is longer by 100 mm on this motorcycle, and because of the bigger tires, of course, the ground clearance has also increased. So it's 205 mm ground clearance. The seat height has increased by 35 mm to 835 mm. It says SX250, Suzuki oil cooling system, Suzuki Eco Performance. Suzuki has advertised everything possible here on the side panel of this motorcycle. It says Suzuki here, V-Storm SX right there. You get a hand guard as well. Now the pegs are slightly lower and they are more forward. So technically they are center set now, but you know, they get this rubber finishing which you can remove. So better for grip when you go off-road, which you should not on this motorcycle. I'll tell you in a bit why. This is the engine which is identical as before. Same engine, same output, same torque, no change on that front. And the rear tire again is smaller by 10 mm, 140/70/17, which is in line with the Gixxer 155. You get this sort of piano black finish from this dual port exhaust, of course. And you know what? The seat is actually quite comfortable, both for the rider as well as the pillion. Here you get hooks for the bungee cord if you want to secure your luggage, and you get this thing for the top box if you want to put this here. It says SX right there. The rear will remind you of the V-Storm 650 or the old Gixxer 155. But in 2022, what are these halogen indicators doing, Suzuki? Says Suzuki right there. Dual pattern tires results in obviously more tire noise when you're riding this motorcycle, plus the tires are heavier as well. In fact, this motorcycle, because of all these panels and all, weighs around 11 kgs more when compared to the Gixxer 250. So you can call it a Gixxer 250 with cosmetic add-ons. This is where the key goes to open this seat to put in papers probably. Yeah. Main stand is missing on this bike, but probably you can get that as an accessory. You get this piano black finishing. Color scheme is actually quite nice. Handguard looks good. Okay, clutch seems light. This is the pass light switch, low beam, high beam. This is for the indicator. This is to turn on the motorcycle. Actually, this is the engine kill switch. This is to turn on the motorcycle. So when you actually turn on the cluster, there it does a full swipe up, but this is one of the worst instrument clusters I have ever seen. It says go, but यहाँ पे इतने सारा खाली क्यों पड़ा हुआ है? I'll tell you why. Okay, if you want to pair your Bluetooth phone system, then you can do that. So here Bluetooth data, turn-by-turn navigation, incoming calls, all that comes right there. But when you don't pair it ना, पूरा खाली पड़ा रहता है. This is the tachometer, this is the speedometer, gear position indicator, and here is an odometer which you can browse by pressing this very hard button, because it's got twin trip meters. It's telling you fuel efficiency as well, and then you can also see the real time efficiency, and this is the battery voltage indicator. That's about it. There's a clock here, fuel meter here on the top, which is very small. You have to press the clutch to turn on the motorcycle. Let's do that. There, the motorcycle is on at the moment. It's kind of smooth. Let's rev it. There is a shift light indicator as well. So as I see it, nothing remarkable on this motorcycle, but is the on-road riding experience different enough to pay that additional amount of money when compared to the Gixxer 250? There's only one way to find out, which is by starting to ride, but let's rev it first. Okay, let's go!
Alright, we're all set to go, which means turning on the motorcycle. There it rose to life into first gear and off we go. Let me tell you, engine is actually very smooth, yaar. Kafi smooth engine hai. I like it. Yeah, it pulls nicely as well. In fact, I think it has a very nice low end punch. It has a good mid range. It has a nice top end. But the power is linear and it's there throughout the rev range. So very nicely calibrated in that regard, giving it enough oomph throughout the rev range. I kind of like it. Yeah, engine also sounds smooth, huh? Quite refined. Now, because of the bigger 19-inch wheel, handling is gone for a bit of a toss, but still it handles quite well. So around the corner, it remains sure-footed. Only thing is, these tires are more off-road specific, although the bike is not off-road specific. So these are dual-purpose tires, which weigh quite a bit as well, increasing the weight. So this one actually weighs 167 kgs. Brakes are fine, but slight nosedive under heavy braking. Front is soft, rear is stiff and hard.
That's what she said.
Because of which the ride quality is not that great. With a pillion, obviously ride will be much better, but as I see it, I don't like the ride, and then you can't really jump over speed breakers because it hits you. Oh my god, yeah, they hit me back. It does hit you back. So oh shit, okay, ride is not comfy at all if you try to ride it aggressively. But that's the whole point of an adventure motorcycle, right? You want to fly over bad roads. You can't do this with this motorcycle because the suspension travel is the same at 120 mm. What is the point of making an adventure motorcycle if you cannot change the suspension setting? Suzuki, ये क्या कर दिया तुम लोगों ने? मतलब क्या है? मैं जिक्सर ही खरीदूंगा ना, मैं ये बाइक क्यों खरीदूं? मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रहा. Engine performance is the same as the Gixxer, the regular Gixxer 250. Only thing is it's slightly slower because of the added weight and the height, which obviously lends more wind resistance. But it's the same 249cc engine, which is oil cooled with a fan around it. But it's not a liquid cooled motor, which is again disappointing, but doesn't heat as such. Performance is decent, I would say. 249cc engine with 4 valves produces 26.5 horsepower and 22.2 newton meters of torque. Can you hear the buzziness? It buzzes a lot. 79 in second yeah, it does 79 kilometers per hour in second. It does 100 in third, but actually that's not the true speed. So it requires another shift to 4 to actually cross 100 kilometers per hour. So gearing could be better, but the gearing is the same. It's identical to the regular Gixxer 250. Orange light में हमने निकाल दिया, इसलिए तो थी orange light निकालने के लिए. Anyways, wind blast is a lot for someone as tall as me. इसका कुछ फायदा नहीं मेरे लिए. But let me tell you that the riding triangle is actually quite nice. There goes a BMW X3 with so much enthusiasm. Riding triangle is nice, very comfy motorcycle. The peg position is a bit weird for me, to be honest, and the mirrors don't really offer me a good view of what's behind. Now the handlebar is updated. You can see it's different from the regular Gixxer. It's more in line with adventure, but this is not an adventure motorcycle. This is a touring motorcycle. But I don't understand, why would I buy this? I would just buy the regular Suzuki Gixxer 250 because this does not give me any added benefit. Exact same engine, exact same suspension. थोड़ी minor change जो है is because of the bigger wheel at the front. Rest is the same. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed with Suzuki for not making any comprehensive change on this motorcycle. They could have easily done it to make it more adventure worthy, like what KTM has obviously done. Now we are going to make a U-turn. Gearbox is actually slick shifting. हमारा U-turn active है तो ले लेते हैं. Okay, you don't really feel the weight of this motorcycle as such, which makes me wonder that the weight distribution is actually quite nice. First gear, it's doing 54 kilometers per hour. No false neutrals here. Yeah, let's stop and nice. Okay, I like the brake. Look at the nose dive. Okay, we are into first gear, revving the motor and off we go. Yeah, so basically it struggles past 120 kilometers per hour. Top speed is around 135 kilometers per hour, which is fine. But to hold high speeds on the highway, 80 to 110 kilometers per hour is your sweet spot. 6-speed gearbox is actually slick shifting. The engine is actually very nice. Only thing is it gets very buzzy, very vibraty, and then you can feel it on the pegs, you can feel it here on the handlebar, you can feel all that almost everywhere. That's a problem. Very easy to maneuver motorcycle, but मैं आपको सब benefit Gixxer 250 के बता रहा हूँ because both are the same motorcycle. So what has Suzuki really done? Just a cosmetic job here so that they can sell more motorcycles under the name of adventure. Oh, look at that Creta. Nice mods. I like it for sure. Into first gear. Yeah, gearbox is so smooth now. You always almost get the right gear all the time. Shift, oh, first neutral आ ही गया finally. Shift light blinks all the time, तो वो थोड़ा program कर ही सकते हैं. Now it has a very chinto minto 12-liter tank, so again not suited for touring also, because Suzuki did not even bother to change the tank capacity. They're like, जैसे Gixxer 250 है वैसे ही दे देते हैं, V-Strom बोल देते हैं शायद ज़्यादा बिक जाए. Now I'll tell you what, I love the V-Strom, and I rode the V-Strom 650. I think काफ़ी टाइम हो गया, 2 साल हो गए. I loved it so much. It was like one of my favorite motorcycles in that category. But this one, far from it, because it's just a Gixxer 250. मैं Gixxer 250 लूँगा ना, मैं क्यों लूँ ये मोटरसाइकिल, मेरे को समझ ही नहीं आ रहा. Why should I pay that additional 36,000? The price of this bike is 2.51 lakhs on road Mumbai, and the KTM 250 Adventure comes at around 25,000 rupees more, which is completely worth it. If you're looking for an adventure motorcycle, pay that 25,000 rupees more. This is not an adventure motorcycle, okay? This is a pseudo adventure motorcycle. This is nothing but a Gixxer 250, honestly. और कुछ नहीं है ये फालतू में ना. I don't know why Suzuki is doing this. They could have easily done such a better job. This is not going to sell because of this reason only, that people will be like around 30,000 बचाओ, आराम से 36,000 actually बचाओ, and चुपचाप से get the regular Gixxer. Now with this motorcycle, fuel efficiency will be lesser than the Gixxer 250. It is also heavier than the Gixxer 250. It handles not as impressive as the Gixxer 250. It doesn't have as good as a handling or a ride as a Gixxer 250. Doesn't even have as good as a mileage as a Gixxer 250. तो जहाँ पे भी देखो मुझे लॉस ही लग रहा है इस मोटरसाइकिल में. In fact, the fuel efficiency would be around 26 to 28 kilometers per liter when riding aggressively, which when you ride line obviously, but when you ride it sanely, it should return around 32 to 33 kilometers per liter. Now the most pointless thing ever which I can do is get off here, because suspension travel तो same है ना पहले जैसा, तो कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता. In fact, this is where you realize that mild off-roading के लिए ठीक हो सकती है, but only thing is you have to actually get another pair of balls, because I can feel almost everything on my testicles. That is the level of lack of travel from the suspension, which is a disappointing part. Now you will say this Innova is struggling. Well, that is body on frame. He just wants to save his car because he has to drive it 10-15 lakh kilometers. बट या ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है, नॉर्मल रोड है. देखो राइड कितनी बुरी हो गई है यहाँ पे. आई वुड जस्ट बाय द Gixxer 250. सो गाइज, टू कंक्लूड, इफ यू आर लुकिंग टू बाय अ Suzuki 250, गेट द Gixxer 250. मे बी इवन द SF रेगुलर Gixxer 250 स्ट्रीट फाइटर नेकेड इज स्टिल द बेस्ट ऑप्शन आउट देयर. एडवेंचर चाहिए तो चुपचाप से KTM 250 एडवेंचर ले आओ. इस मोटरसाइकिल पे फालतू में पैसा बर्बाद मत करो. इफ लाइक दिस व्लॉग, मेक श्योर टू गिव द थम्स अप, दैट्स अ लाइक बटन, एंड आल्सो सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल. आई विल सी you guys if I'm able to save my test in the next vlog real soon. Bye bye.